This is a really exciting research project that we're doing. It's called Leveraging Parasports Events for Sustainable Community Participation, where we're looking at two mega events, one with an integrated parasports and one with a parasports in the event but separated by time and space. The Commonwealth Games in Glasgow in 2014 have gone beyond any other Commonwealth Games in that they have 5 parasports been included in the Games and 22 parasport medals events. That's quite important because in an integrated Games the medals count towards the overall tally of the medals, so it is, the parasport athletes are completely integrated, and the legacy planning is a general process in relation to all of the games there. So we're comparing that to the Para-Pan American Games in 2015 in Toronto, which the parasport element is separated by time and place like the Olympics and takes place at a different time.
Yeah, I think this project's important because, a bit of context, the Article 30 of the UN Convention of Rights of Persons with a Disability states that persons with a disability should have equal opportunities to participate in community life, including recreation, leisure and sporting opportunities. But we also know that there are barriers to that participation that need to be overcome, and they might be round about a need for assistance, inaccessible facilities, for example, problems with transportation accessibility, and also the need perhaps for specialised equipment. And also there are those issues about wider community attitudes towards disability that still exist. So we are looking at this study because there's a sense that perhaps major sport events, especially with the investment that comes from those, may be able to make a difference to some of those issues. So it may, for example, provide access to scarce resources that may not have been there otherwise, which could ensure that you get more accessible infrastructure for sport and recreation facilities. You may also be able to increase supportive services, and those might be things like coaching, volunteers being more aware, and also some programs that maybe wouldn't have happened otherwise that might be developed by sporting organisations, for example. So there's been extensive research on the immediate impacts of large sport events, and often the evaluations happen quite soon after the event is finished, and I don't think they're satisfactory in being able to give a sufficient sort of scope for the projects to be able to say that these benefits actually did occur. And often the focus has been on economic impacts of large-scale sport events, whereas increasingly now we're looking at longer-term impacts and increasingly impacts around about issues of community development and potentially wider social outcomes that come from these events. So our research is very much tied in with that latter debate about the wider social outcomes that may arise from large-scale sporting events.